Good morning, USFLoreDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning my guest is Pierre Thabet, the owner and CEO of Boa-Franc, one of the top 5 wood producers in North America. Pierre, how you doing?
Good morning, Kemp. I'm very good, thank you.
So you've got some branding news. Let's get to that in just a minute, though. First, let's catch up. How's business?
Business is fine. It is challenging with the pandemic. We had a very good year last year. This year, the conflict in Ukraine is causing some headaches for supply, and labor is still difficult. So we are not short of challenges.
We just did a report on the hardwood business. It's going to be in our April issue, and you were telling my editor that your growth is like high double digits last year, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Congratulations on that. A little background, if you don't mind. You bought this business 39 years ago, and at the time, it was just producing unfinished stripped hardwood. And I'm surprised you didn't call it Phoenix because you hadn't owned it very long at all, and it burned to the ground, right?
That's correct. I bought it on September the 1st, 1983. And we had a major fire on March the 3rd, 1984, and it burned out to the ground. But we were back in production in less than 3 months. And in the 80s, we were strictly unfinished. So Boa-Franc was the name of the company, which in French means hardwood. And we were selling only in Quebec, which is a French language region. We launched Mirage in 1990, but the name was created in 1989. And the reason for that was to have a word that was bilingual, but very fluent in English. And that's how we started.
So let me just comment that by having to completely retool, you were able to bring in the latest equipment. There's a similar story in the carpet industry. On the commercial side, Milliken had a fire in LaGrange and completely burned to the ground. And they real quickly rebuilt it and produced some of the finest quality carpet there. So that's a similar story with you. I got to tell our listeners that we do a retail survey every year, and we ask the respondents, which we get over 700 respondents, who do you like for quality? And 12 out of the last 16 years, you've been picked number 1 in quality. So that's one of your core focuses, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. And we are very proud of it. It's a team success because quality is something that you do on a daily basis. It's the best job on employment security. And a reputation of quality takes years to build and days to destroy. And there are plenty of examples in the economy to prove this.
Two more things I'd like to point out. For those that need a geography lesson, where you are is very close to the state of Maine. So you're up there on the eastern part of Canada. Another point I want to make is that when most of the other hardwood flooring companies have gone into the LVT business, you're a purist and a specialist, and you don't sell LVT, do you?
We don't. We are a wood flooring expert. This is what we have in our veins, and we had, discussion on LVT or other type of product, and we came to the conclusion that we could not be the best at it. So it's really wood flooring that we aim to be the best and not the biggest, and this is a daily fight.
Yeah, all right. Let's get to the big news. As you mentioned, Boa-Franc is a French name, and a big part of your business is in the United States. You've actually made some acquisitions and have a factory in Stewart, Virginia. So you've decided to change the name of the corporation to Mirage, correct?
That's correct. And the reason for it is what I said earlier. Boa-Franc is more local, like regional. It's for our people, the community and everything, and it is for suppliers going upwards. When we go downstream in the market, we have not really used the name Boa-Franc except for in a few exceptions. It was kind of confusing where you say Boa-Franc, difficult to pronounce, Boa-Franc Mirage, yeah, that's better, but Mirage only, that's the brand that is known in the market. And to support a brand, you need marketing dollars. So we decided to focus only on the Mirage brand. And this is the name. The official announcement is tomorrow. So you'll see the difference in the logo. It's the same name, but it's not exactly the same logo. So the Mirage brand with the ellipse, the way it is known now, will continue with slight modification. but the company name with the big M as the logo with small letters, and we'll be able to use it because we made an acquisition in 2011 with Vintage and 2019 with Ten Oaks, so we'll be able to use it for these and other acquisition to come in the future.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds like you're in a growth mode. That's good to hear. You're also in an innovation mode. I want to point out that you have a new technology called True Balance. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the True Balance is an engineered product, but with a softwood core, with a veneer at the back and a 4 millimeter wear layer. And it is 19 millimeter thick, which is 3/4 of an inch. So this is good to replace solid for wider boards. So that's why. So today we have a good share of our business that is in that technology.
All right. So one other question for you: with this conflict with Russia attacking Ukraine, we have to shut the border down there and not import products. And I think you use Baltic birch in some of your products. So what are you doing there with that situation?
It's a challenge, but we have inventory. And not all the Baltic birch that we use was coming from Russia. So, we had some Scandinavia. And that platform is among the 3 platforms of engineer that we have. So we have the lock, we have the True Balance, and we have the pure engineer. So we'll manage to go through it. So we have plans for that.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you'll do the right thing. I'm sure you'll be able to find alternative sources for that product. So one last thing, usually when you change a name, if you call to your headquarters, your people have been working for Boa-Franc forever. Are they okay with this name change locally?
Yes, because we have prepared the change. I mean, it has been announced to our people in December. We had a sweatshirt made for them, and on the T-shirt in the factories, both names were there. So we have announced, we have explained why we do that. We are not changing the company core values. I mean, the business philosophy is the same. Our roots are the same. And it's just that it makes sense to do what we are doing.
Okay. Well, I got to compliment you, Pierre. Your advertising is very entertaining. You focus on hardwood, and you talk about nature and the way the animals look at the product. It's always very entertaining, and I appreciate the partnership we have. Are you anticipating another growth year this year?
It should, unless the conflict and the inflation continues to create turmoil in the market. But we are confident. We are planning for it.
Well, it's good to talk to you, and thanks for spending time with us, and congratulations on this brand name change. Again, been talking to Pierre Thabet, the owner and CEO of Mirage, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.